My name's Brendan Wells. I'm a whitewater kayaker and a seeker of any adventure that's a portal into the flow state. Follow along as we seek unrun rivers and wild adventures around Alaska and beyond. Well, we just spent pretty much all day putting this lumber rack onto Jay's cub. That's essentially a kayak rack for a super cub. And then we figured out a system to strap all the boats on and pretty much spent the rest of the day doing shuttles up to Skolai Creek and just sent Parker off, and then Jay will come back for the last shuttle. After a few more scout flights, it looks real full on in there. Some huge whitewater and real hard scouting. So it's definitely gonna be a long exploratory trip with a lot of big portages, a lot of scouting. Pretty much gonna have to walk down the whole river because it's just really complex, long, boxed in gorges. And the water is still like pretty high. I think it hit 70 degrees today. So glaciers are still melting pretty hard, and there's two big tributaries that are both glacial fed that are just pumping into water. Hopefully we'll make a little progress downstream, but it's kind of getting late already today, so we'll at least hopefully get to the first big waterfall, which looks like a big portage, and then pretty involved, real full-on gorge right after that. So we'll see where we make it today, but I'm stoked. The dream is finally coming true. Gonna go check out Skolai.
Here on Skolai Creek. Sucks we had to portage a lot and very far away from the river, but our camp spot last night was A++. We had this like sweet little bench up in the tundra, and we could oversee like pretty much from the put-in all the way down to the takeout of this entire run, which is really cool. You don't get to have a camp spot like that very often on an overnighter. We just made it back down to river level. It's real low volume. We're hitting the bottom of the diurnal in the creek here. We got a little bit of a boogie to go, and then we got another waterfall that we're gonna portage. But it won't be long until we hit the confluence of Frederica Creek, and we're gonna have a bunch more flow, and it's gonna be a completely different style than what we're dealing with right now.
Woo! Going out like a flow. Just got done with the big scout after the Frederica tributary came in. There's a little canyon and then a pretty big section. Looks good. And then hype your little eddy into a real big section. Day 3 on the Skolai. We had a big day of portaging and some big rapids, some big gorges yesterday. We got to camp early-ish, like 5 o'clock, and spent the rest of the evening like 3 hours scouting down as far as we could, and pretty much only scouted half of the big gorge that we're about to drop into right now. But from what we could see, it all looked good. We're super stoked. We woke up this morning and the river dropped substantially from last night. We were kind of watching it last night and it was slowly dropping, and then woke up this morning and the diurnal from all the glaciers cooling down over the nighttime made the river drop by at least a third, if not more. Like, all these rocks right behind me were covered up. This whole big rapid right above our camp went from looking like a full-on big water river back to kind of creeky style. A lot of the ledge holes turned into just exposed rocks. So I think the few really big holes that we're worried about in this whole Red Rock Gorge section, this low water, they might actually be doable. So yeah, we're just super happy that we got low water. Got real cold last night. I had a little bit of frost in my sleeping bag this morning. If we're able to do it, it's gonna be one of the best sections of whitewater I've ever ran. Yeah, find out what's down there.
Mixed emotions. Take it all, so I'm not immune. I try. Stop. False devotion. Take it all, so I'm not immune. I try. 8, 9, picking 9, 6, 3, losing grip, not sick. Unleashed in a tank of goldfish, rising up, careless and surprised, so deep. Uplift since I'm bringing on my heart, reaching out, reaching out. Since I'm bringing on my heart, reaching out, reaching out. Stop, fearful notions. Tito's, I'm not immune, I cry. Stop, feeding monsters. Tito's, I'm not immune, I cry. 8, 9, picking 9, 6, 3, losing grip, not sick. Unleashed in a tank of goldfish, rising up, careless and surprised, so deep. Uplift since I'm bringing on my heart, reaching out.
Yeehaw, final pinch. Just ran Red Rock Gorge, it went super well. Now we got the final pinch to big holes to skirt around on the left, and then more or less home free. Might have 2 little portages left, but it's all looking good.
Reaching up, reaching up. Since I'm bringing on my heart, reaching up, reaching up.
You see the devil's in my eyes. I'm not the one to disagree. I live with him just right. He knows second fantasy. You see the devil's in my eyes. I'm not.
Had some real good boogie after the Red Rock Gorge series, and got a fun little gorge. The real hypey eddy to catch above. Super gnarly looking waterfall, but there's a good big eddy on the right, so gonna mob down there, look at this thing up close.
Devil's in my eyes. I'm not the one to disagree. I live with him just right.
Just made it through the last 2 big waterfall pinch portages. One is this huge 15-footer that looked real nasty, potentially runnable by the right person, the right time, but pretty big line with a real terminal eddy on the left into another massive hole. So we scouted that, had a little break, dried out in the sunshine, paddled some really fun boogie down, and then did the last portage around this tight little gorge. And then paddle paddled a couple miles. This super fun boogie water. Just steep, fun, boofs everywhere. Real fun whitewater. Day 4 on the Skolai, and I'm about to put in for the very last rapid. Last night we camped right above the last portage, which is this incredible gorge that drops right down into the Nizina Glacier. And it's crazy, the gorge itself is probably runnable, but then it ends with this super steep, real gnarly looking rapid that is definitely not runnable. Pretty confident saying last night was the coolest place I've ever camped on an overnight kayak trip. And this morning we're gonna wake up with one last pretty big rapid. And then we'll get down to Nizina Lake, and then we'll have to portage around some ice. It's just completely chock full in the lake and we can't really paddle. So probably a little more portaging, but hopefully not too much. And we got a real epic rapid to finish off the Skolai with here.
Looks like from the flight in that we still got like a few little riffles and rapids, but the glacier comes out and kind of blocks our path. And we heard a bunch of ice fall last night while we were camping just above the last gorge of the Skolai. And we don't want to get too close to those walls, so we're gonna have to take it high and dry and probably do a couple portages to get down to Nizina Lake.
It's about to get a real Alaska on us right now. It's kind of just a normal river trip, now it's an Alaskan river trip.
Day 6 and we're on walk number 6. Final portage. We've got a portage upstream to Kennecott, but I can pretty much see our takeout spot, so shouldn't be more than a half an hour walk, I reckon. Real quality run that I'm already stoked to go back to next year, and yeah, just happy everything worked out so well. Now, gonna go run shuttle and grab the truck. Woo.